Welcome back into another episode of Indie B&B. Today I am joined by Keely and Piper of the band Mediocre.
Hello.
Ladies, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling
Happy to be
awesome.
here.
I mean, just straight out of LA, got a lot of sunshine on them. I mean, feeling good. So glad to have you guys on the pod. I mean, this project, very, very, very awesome sound you guys have. And want to hear kind of how it started. Was it, did Piper ask Keely to be in the band or did Keely ask Piper to be in the band? Let's start
What
there.
came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
No memory. We talked about it for a long time before we ever got around to actually playing music together.
Were y'all in different bands at the same in just the same scene?
No, we were just really babies.
Really babies. Yeah, we both liked going to shows, and we both had like aspirations to play music, but I don't think the idea really popped in our brains until we just kind of like figured out we liked going to these shows and being part of it in some way. And we're like, oh, well, there's other ways it could be a part of this too, not just as audience members. So I don't exactly remember who proposed what, but I had always wanted to be in a band since I was little. So, oh, actually, you know what? I lied. I was in a band in 5th grade. We were called Tomato Soup, and we played at the talent show, and that was our first and only gig. So I do have some experience in the band life before this.
Piper, what about you? Did you have a tomato soup in your past or?
No, not necessarily. I was in a couple school plays that was mandatory to be a part of. But no, I just would sing.
Weren't you in The Lion King?
I was in The Lion King. I played Mufasa.
All right.
So some musicals. Some music.
Can you give us a remember who you are for real quick for the people?
I mean, like, Mufasa. I mean,
isn't that Mufasa's line? Remember who you are.
Oh, remember who you are. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. I was in 2nd grade, so it was a while ago, but I do remember what you're talking about.
Okay, I got it. All right. So we're going to shows. We're just being a couple of babies, and then all of a sudden, were there a couple of shows you guys kept seeing each other at, or like any bands in particular? You're like, wow, every time so and so comes to town, I see Piper there. Like, what's up?
Well, I think we were in high school together too, so there were a couple bands in high school that like aren't really active now, but we would go to gigs and see them. I mean, there's one band, Street Play, who is still active and who we're really great friends with, and the drummer of Street Play is actually our drummer too. But we'd see them play a lot, and I think that we would just both be in local scenes and like just being friends anyways, we were like classmates first. So I think just, I don't know, it's hard to talk about the past in terms of like 15-year-old self stuff, because the memories get more blurry and as the days go by. So I don't know. It just kind of came to fruition, I think, once we realized that playing music together was just fun. And we kind of wanted to just keep doing it. And then the idea of writing some original songs, even if they were like silly, just was more fun. So
I love it. So, I mean, you guys, all right, we fast forward. Let's get to we formed the band. I mean, we don't need the origin story, Grant, cheese and crackers. Like, they went to high school together. Let's get the thing going. All right, we get in, we start writing some songs. Like, what's that been like, working together? Like, do you guys have a process kind of laid out that's, for everything, or do they just kind of come to you? Like, what's that been like?
It's kind of changed a bit throughout the years, depending on like where we are, because I mean, for a long period of time, we were at college on opposite coasts and kind of writing from a distance. But when we're together, it really depends. I guess it is, we have a little idea and share it through voice memo or texting each other, and then just whatever sticks, we continue to come back to. All of a sudden, sometimes there's music and sometimes there's not.
So are you guys, like, when you guys are collaborating, like when you're together, is it, you guys just hey, I got this. You guys bring music together, like bring like a demo from here or there, and you're like, hey, I kind of had this thing. Like, do y'all share that together, or is it something, you know, another way you guys handle
I
We
it?
don't
think
ever really get that far alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like we usually kind of stop after it's like, oh, here's like a riff, and like it's like, okay, like I'm gonna stop at this riff, and then like share it with Keely and see what she immediately thinks of it.
yeah, it's like I don't want to get too much of a head start in terms of songwriting because I want it to be like a shared process, just like for the fun of it, and also just like I'm like, oh well, this is gonna end up being enhanced with the two of our brains collaborating on this versus me just alone. If I feel like seems like a mediocre song, so it just feels like that's just preferred for me. But yeah, I don't know. It's usually just a little seed, and then we're like, here, let's figure it out.
All right. So then you plant it in the field of both Keely and Piper, and then you guys start going back and forth and get it rolling. I love it. Well, for a growth eater, I mean, how long did that take you guys to get together and get that whole whole entire project done? Like, was it a longer process because you guys were on opposite coasts? Was this post college and you guys were together for most of that one? Like, how'd that one?
Well, we wrote a good amount of the album while we were both living in Boston. I was finishing up school. Piper had already graduated from Santa Cruz, but they moved to Boston for a year while I was finishing up school. So we actually had the luxury of being together for a lot of that songwriting process, as opposed to how our last EP was. I mean, we had more time to just like ruminate on and be in the same room, which is always nice.
Yeah. So I think we wrote that one for the most part of a year, kind of just stopping and starting and coming back to the songs as we had the inspiration to.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, in particular, want to highlight Litterbug. I mean, it's the second song on the album, usually reserved for that, single spot, if you will. But like, take me through that one from start to finish, the creative part of it, with that specific song.
Well, oh, sorry.
No, you go for it. I think we're going to go.
Well, I'm glad that this way the song is written aligns with how we said that we write songs.
I was about to say it's exactly about what we just said.
I remember I sent Piper like a 15-second voice memo of like the riff, like the guitar riff in the beginning, and I was like, "Oh, I like the little slidey thing and the little like fast drumming of it." So I sent that to Piper, and that's kind of I was just like, "I like this. Do you like it? What can we do with it?" So if you have anything to add, that's all I have to say.
I was gonna start there too, but I was gonna say, and then that's something, that guitar riff, like we had it in our shared like idea bank for I think like 8 months before we actually added anything other than just that guitar riff to it. But like every time we'd get together, we'd just like play that riff and be like, oh, that's cool. Can't wait to do something with this. Like,
we're not doing anything with it today, but we're going to do something with it at some point.
I don't know. I feel like we were kind of intimidated by it because we liked that like stat part so much that we didn't
want
know how to expand. Yeah, we didn't want to fuck it up, like mess it up at all.
Oh man.
But then I feel like it kind of just came together when we did. Like I feel like then we did most of the lyrics and like the verse and chorus structures in better part of like one day.
Yeah, and I have a really vivid memory of like me, like us in Boston. I was sitting on the couch, and you were like standing up, and we were writing the lyrics, and we were like, "Oh, what would go right here? Oh, yes!" And we were like, it was really like, I don't know. It was just the words and the lyrics and the melodies were just kind of like all brainstorming at that time, but it felt like rapid fire now that I remember it, or in my memories. I don't know if that's actually how it was, but I was like, yeah, it was cool. It felt like a very collaborative song to work on. It was fun.
So like lyric wise, like, I mean, when you get in and start kind of firing off those ideas, like what, do y'all both contribute to that? Or is there one of you guys that, are going to be like, all right, well, I'm going to be singing it, so I want to be, I don't know if I could I don't know if I want to say that or say this. Like, is there kind of a who holds the veto power? I guess. What's the what's that look like?
I think we both contribute to every kind of aspect.
Mhm.
I think naturally I write a little bit more lyrics. I think because I sing, or I don't even know if it's because I sing. I think it's just the way it goes down.
Yeah.
And Keely has a very good ear for the sonics of it all. So I think the distribution is a bit like 60-40 there, but I'd say we both hold veto power. We both write the lyrics. We both write everything.
Yeah. And as we've been in this band for as we continue writing, I feel like if I try to think of melodies, I imagine Piper singing them. So I try to think of her range and what would sound compatible with their singing voice and stuff. It's not always right, but I try to have that foresight in terms of okay, is this too high, or just would this not be compatible or whatever. But usually we just I like that it's kind of different every time with what we each bring to the table. But I can always rely on Piper to write some yummy words. So that's good.
Awesome. Well, I mean, with the for this album specifically, what was the most fun thing you guys did, while kind of doing it? Like, what was the I guess the moment that you're like, man, that was the best part of writing this with each other?
That's a good one. I think, well, two things immediately came to mind. Fun Time Fix was really fun. I just remember Keely showing me that bass line the first time, and we didn't really have many lyrics, but it was I think we were about to go out for the night or something. We were jumping in your living room, singing the 2 lines that we had written while you were playing bass. And that was really fun. But I think when we finally got it into the studio was when I really was enjoying the songs for what they were the most, because I could just really hear what we were going for the first time, with a more full sound.
Yeah, Litterbug was so fun to record. I mean, tracking all the instruments was difficult. It was just a laborious act because it just took a while. But when we were adding figuring out the layers of guitar and just the tones that we were getting, and it was just it was all sounding so full and cool. And I mean, I can say the same for all the other songs on the album we were recording too, but it was just, yeah, I would agree. Fun Time Fix 2 was just we intentionally kept our options open with what we wanted to incorporate so that we could just explore in the studio. And it was also a time crunch, so all of us were just yeah, this would be cool. Yeah. I had 1 day to do it. So it was fun and hectic.
I love it. Is there a song on the album? I know they're all your children. But is there one that's in particular that, it's y'all's favorite to play live, favorite maybe more of just hey, I need everyone to hear that one if they're when they're listening to it?
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I love It Has to Mend. That's one I go back to a lot and re-listen to. It's the first one that we've released with Keely taking the lead vocals on it, and I think it's a great, catchy song. But also, I Might Be Giant. I don't know. Stepping Stool. Yeah, it's hard. I could name all of them.
Tingling,
Love it. I love it. Well, I'll accept It Has to Bend as the the artist pick on that one. Well, good. Well, I mean, y'all's Spotify and everything will be linked below in the description, so we'll be able to point people to the album, and they'll be able to decide their favorite jam on it. So we'll be excited to see how that rolls out. But with it, kind of when you guys got in the studio, you heard it sonically for the first time. When you think about kind of shifting gears and start to thinking about playing live with it, what do you guys, when you're creating your set list for, an upcoming tour or different things there, how do you guys do that? What's your process there?
Well, we're kind of reimagining it, and we're in the process of. We've always played as a 3-piece, so we try and do as much as possible with the 3 instruments there, but or 3 people. But we're in the process of adding a 4th person because we just love we're so attached to what we did in the studio with all these more layers that we want to be able to recreate that or something closer to it live. But it's really collaborative, us two and our drummer, it kind of changes show by show, but just what we're wanting to play, what we feel excited to play. And
yeah, we had our release show this past month, and we played the whole album like from start to finish, and that was really cool. We'd never done that, and I don't know, I feel like some of the songs we hadn't played live yet, and that was like, it's a mix of like doing things that are comfortable but also like challenging yourself and seeing how things play out. So I don't know, I think we do switch it up when we can because it's just fun too. But we usually end with To Know You're Screwed Is to Know a Law, which is the song from our last EP, because it always gets the party popping and the people riled up. So
I love it. So we end on a high. We end on getting getting people hyped up and going. So
that's a good workout song, Grant.
Okay. All right. We'll put it on the playlist. It's like literally I look at my roommate and I'm like, what do you want to listen to? And he just gives me this, oh no. I'm like, dude, give me anything. It's like, this is gonna suck. We have to do something. We have to listen to something. So like, it's
like
tough.
sprinting. It's good for sprinting and
good for sprinting. Okay. To Know You're Screwed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how I feel every time I run. Yeah.
There we go. I mean, it's the perfect workout song for the people listening. We love it. So, again, as you guys have toured or, are getting into some touring, like what are some of the places you guys look forward to either going back to or, going to for the first time? Any places that are kind of like circled on the calendar?
We've only toured very briefly. We've done a West Coast kind of run. So we really are just excited to get back out there. I'd play any and everywhere that they'll have me. So
we really enjoyed the Pacific Northwest though. We went to Berkeley and Seattle and Portland and Salt Lake City, and those were just, the nature was so beautiful and everyone was very nice that we met. So I'd love to revisit those places, but as Piper said, I'll just go anywhere. I don't.
I love it. No, there's no restrictions, but I mean, I can imagine that, going from in the Pac Northwest, kind of running around in a van, like it's got to be some beautiful scenery. So, I mean, did y'all get a little bit inspired for maybe the next album coming out whenever you guys were out there, riding around the country?
Yeah, well, we actually went on this last tour. We opened for Warriors for like 5 dates on their, what year is it? It was 2023, so it was fall of last year. And we jumped into the studio like a month and a half after we got back from that tour to record Growth Eater. So that was really exciting. I think we were able to like maintain a lot of that tour energy in the studio, which was really ideal, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is there a trick to being an opening band? Like, I mean, is there something that you feel like, obviously getting the party started, with that last track, like, is that something you feel like, hey, like when you're, working with another band, like you feel like you're like, all right, like we're going to make sure we warm up, really great for you guys. Like, do you guys have any kind of, thoughts on that as far as just being an opener on that front?
I love it. I think it's really fun. I love playing the people who have no idea what they're getting. Like, I think it's like a fun challenge to like get on stage and know that maybe these people aren't here for you particularly. Maybe they have no idea who you are, but like, here's an opportunity to just win over a crowd and just give it your all.
Same. It's awesome.
Nice. Any particular dates you guys remember from that fall tour? You're like, we crushed that one. We won over those folks. Like,
I have a memory in my head in Berkeley. we played. Oh my gosh, what's the name of the venue? It's like such an iconic venue. Shiitake. Forgetting. That's embarrassing. But
because I'm right there with you. It's like Gilman Street, 924
Gilman Street.
Gilman Street.
Yes, thank you. We were really enthusiastic. It was like our first show on the run, and we were just like, yeah! And we finished the show, and then we just heard someone in the crowd say, "Oh, I just found my favorite band, or my new favorite band," and I was like, that was just everything, you know. I was like, wow, no one knew who we were, and they somehow liked us, and that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. You're like, come meet me at the merch table. I'll be there. Let's have a beer.
It was really exciting because we had like handmade t-shirts before that tour too. And we only made we hand dyed them and sewed all of them. So we only were able to make like 25, and they all sold out within like the first 2 shows, which was really cool. And we had no idea what to expect.
Yeah,
I bet that's validating. I mean, you get to that point, you're like, man, like we made the t-shirts. We're like, all right, we'll probably have some left over. It's like, nope, you had them gone in for 2 shows. I mean, that's probably pretty, exciting, It
really was.
It was really exciting. Yeah.
I love it. Well, before we get into Pete Peterson's party pack, my last question, generally before this, we like get a little, show a little appreciation for each other. And so, Piper and of course, what's your other bandmate's name? The drummer, what's his name? Jake. So first I'll have both of you guys, what do you guys appreciate about Jake? What's he bring to the table as a bandmate? On the road, is he snacks guy? Like, give me something, positive about what he's bringing to the table.
He's always very upbeat and positive, very positive. You're never going to get like a bad mood or like just like a downer vibe from Jake, which is very good to be around. He also usually has a warm flask of tequila in his pocket, so that's pretty nice. If you like warm tequila.
Very considerate and
can keep up with just about anything you throw at him musically.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jake, I mean, positivity, keeping up with the music, and some warm tequila. I mean, the guy's a full package. Let's go. All right, now I'm gonna do something. It's gonna get awkward. I mean, we're gonna have to. You gotta say something, Piper. You gotta say something you appreciate about Keely. Keely, you gotta say something appreciate about Piper. So,
okay,
let's dig into it. We'll start with you, Piper. Go ahead. Say something nice about Keely.
She's amazing to be around. She's very funny and always has a lovely suggestion for a movie to watch or some food to get. Like, it's never going to be a boring night with Keely. So that's fun. And as a bandmate, again, just can't go wrong. I love her ideas and I love to see what comes out of her brain.
Thank you.
Keely, what about you, Piper?
I was actually thinking about this the other day, how Piper is a very, like, when we got to do something, like, Piper's the first to be like, all right, let's freaking do it. Like, okay, we need to figure out, like, who's paying us at the venue. I will go and find them and introduce them and be totally normal and calm and do it efficiently. And I'm like, that's amazing. So it's just nice to have that proactive nature where it's just like, even if we're both anxious or both feeling some type of way, she can still like put her big boy pants on and do it, and that's awesome. Also, I think that goes for a lot of aspects in the band. I don't know, I feel like you write very honestly, and I love hearing your ideas as well. I'm always so impressed with what you have to offer. And your voice is so good. So good. Your power, you've gotten so much more confident as a vocalist throughout the years, and it's really cool to see.
Oh.
And guitarist, obviously.
Don't forget about that.
You can shred.
Shred. I love it. Oh man, well, that just warmed my heart a little bit. I love hearing you guys speak positively about each other.
Right?
It's easy to somebody be like,
friendships alive.
yeah, it's like easy for somebody to be like, hey, like, who's the most annoying person on tour? What do they do that makes you mad? It's like, no, it's like, hey, who's pushing us forward as a band to get us to the next place?
The first thing that Keely said could also be an answer to who's the most annoying on tour.
In terms of proactivity?
Sometimes I could be a little micromanagey. I feel like I'm just like, okay, everybody, we're going to the restaurant now. Get it together.
Hey, you have to have the person who's the general, making sure the troops are in order. Getting people right in the right places. So
it all works
on in that criteria,
out.
but it's someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. I love it. All right, let's get a little bit lighter here. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. We'll go Keely, then Piper in answering order. So I will start with Pete Peterson's party pack. 20 questions right in a row. Here we go. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Pie.
All right. A couple of pie people here. Salad or soup?
Ooh. Soup.
Soup.
A couple of West Coast soupers. Interesting. Thought for sure we'd have some salad in there. But sunrise or sunset? What are you seeing more of these days?
Sunset.
Would you rather hit a home run or score a touchdown?
Home run.
Everyone's nuking. All right. I like that. Night in or night out? What are you guys having more of?
More of? Night in?
Night in, yeah.
We are in.
I love it. All right. When you do go out and your jam comes on, are you more likely to hit the robot or the worm on the dance floor?
I wish I could hit the worm, Grant. Gotta hit that robot.
Yeah.
We both bought-in. But there's desire for the worm, though.
Desire for the worm.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Your favorite Tex-Mex spot, guac or queso? They're guacking downtown. I like it. All right. Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
Wow, we're really agreeing.
No, this is why we're good going out to eat together.
There you go. Coffee or tea with your pancakes?
Coffee.
All right. Dogs or cats?
That one's really hard. I'm a both, but I have a dog, so I'll say a dog.
All right, it's going dogs. All right. Do you identify more as a ninja or a pirate?
Ninja.
I identify more as a pirate, I think. I think I'm a little too clumsy to identify as a ninja.
All right. Gatorade or Powerade? Neither of them paying us. Just want to know.
Keely's big on the Gatorade. I like Gatorade too.
Okay.
I don't really have a preference though. But I'll say Gatorade.
Toast or bagels?
Bagels.
Bageling it up. All right. Chips or pretzels?
Chips.
Pretzels.
Oh, all right. Mm-hmm. Fries or tots?
Ooh. I'm charging my computer right now. That's not an answer though. Tots. Fries.
Ooh, change up fries as well.
After a long day, are you more unwinding with a TV show or a movie?
Oh, TV show.
Are aliens real?
Yes, most definitely.
You're both from California. Is Bigfoot real? No?
I'm undecided, but I'll say yes. I went to college in Northern California. There's Bigfoot museums everywhere.
Okay, Piper's in. All right. Is love at first sight real?
Not to my knowledge.
I'd say yes.
Okay, all right. And finally, final question of Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. I'll just get one band from each of you guys that we don't know that we ought to check out.
Oh, Street Play.
Aggie Miller.
And I got Aggie Miller too. So two.
Aggie Miller.
Aggie Miller.
Aggie Miller. All right. So we got Street Play and we got Aggie Miller. Love that. Well, you guys conquered Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. Nice work. Of course, everyone go listen to Mediocre. Go listen to their new album, Growth Eater, that has been released for a little bit here. But go listen to Litterbug. Go listen to, the whole entire set. They are coming to a town near you. Do we have anything, upcoming tour dates coming up? What's going on there?
We are working on that.
We're getting picked. We are in consideration. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want us to open for them? We're funny. We can rock the party.
We got great banter.
Yeah, we got great laughs.
All right, for bands listening to this, Mediocre, let's have them open for you. Come on, they're LA based. They're ready for you. They're ready for your West Coast run. Come on.
We have licenses.
They're licensed. I don't even know what that means. Driver's licenses, probably. They got those.
Yep, that's it.
They're able to get. They're ready to go.
We will be there on time.
They're on time. I mean, hey, look, I don't know
what
else.
Are we selling it? I feel like we are.
I think. I mean, look, I'm all in. If I had a band and I needed some support West Coast, I'd be in. So, everyone go check out Mediocre. All of their music will be in the description below. Can't thank you both enough for taking the time out of your Monday night here to join us. And Keely, Piper, appreciate the look into Mediocre, and everyone keep streaming them and keep loving them on social media.
Thank you, Grant. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Nice to meet you guys both. All right.
Bye.